Hey guys, it's Stormwrecker, and I'm playing World of Warplanes today. This is a game by wargaming.net, and it's very much like the World of Tanks games, except you're up in the skies flying airplanes. And this is currently in beta, and you can see here I've got a limited roster at the moment. Right now they do have 4 sides in. They've got the US side, which was the plane I first started showing. They've got the Russians. They also have the Germans and the Japanese. And honestly, the only other major game that's in this space right now that's already out and available for play is War Thunder, which is a game that I've really enjoyed quite a bit. I like the fact that it offers both an arcade experience and a sim experience, whereas this is much more geared towards fans of an action type experience, where you don't necessarily have to be a pro pilot to exceed. You can play this game entirely with a mouse and keyboard, kind of like you can with War Thunder, but it's made even more simple, in my opinion. And they do have progression trees. You can unlock a number of different airplanes here. You can see the US side, for example. Right now I've got just 2 planes unlocked, and then I can research other ones. And it's also worth noting that this is a free-to-play game. You can go ahead and download it and progress through the tree at your own pace, or you can potentially even invest some money, get stuff like an XP boost, or actually, yeah, I think it is an XP boost. Let's actually go back to the hangar really quick. 50% credits and experience. Okay, so you could get a boost on both your credits and experience. Your pilots also level up. You've got crew. You pull up their personal file, and you can see here basic training, training wing, combat wing. And looks like you can qualify them in different aircraft. They can also get skills. You can see stamina, increased view range, engine guru, crack shot, firefighting, veteran. And yeah, it's pretty cool. But again, it kind of reminds me of War Thunder, in that War Thunder also had pilot progression. Maybe not quite as polished as this. Actually, let's see what the barracks says. Okay, so barracks just, I guess, shows all the pilots you have, or maybe that's my extra pilot. But going back to the tech tree, again, you can see that there is progression. You can click on each of the planes, and I get the details. There's also tiers. You can see here that this is tier 1. There's tier 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to tier 10. And at tier 10, for example, the US side has the F-86 Sabre. And you can see that there's a research price, but then there's also a purchase price. So purchase price is 6 million of these tokens, I guess you could call them. Let's see. Oh, they're called credits. I'm sorry. So it would cost 6 million credits to purchase this. Plus, to research it, you would have to have... let's see, how much free experience here? This is the one I need, right? Yeah, it would need 265,700. So this is obviously top tier. This is an endgame, or an endgame aircraft here. But you know, for example, for my next one, let's see how much that's going to cost. That one's going to cost 4,150 of the standard experience, and 150,000 of the credits. And now you earn, usually in my experience, without any boost, you earn about 7,000 of these credits per game. And you also get your standard experience as well. But you can see, though, I mean, it's going to take me a little bit of time. I could unlock this F2F if I wanted. This one's relatively cheap. It would need only 255 of the free experience, and purchase price would be only 3,000. Then I'd have an extra plane in my hangar. But unlike War Thunder, when you go into matches in this game, you are stuck with one plane. If you die in that plane, then that's it. Also, there is a round timer in this. You can only go for 15 minutes. But why don't we get into some gameplay here, and then we'll talk a little bit more about some of the other things you can do with your planes. But I do want to show you guys kind of what it's like to fly in this game. So when you hit the battle button, it takes you into a queue screen. As far as I could tell, you can't back out of the... Oh yeah, actually you can here. Exit battle. So you could bounce out of here if queues are taking too long. But right now, it's the server had just done maintenance, so it looks like the player pool might be a little bit limited, although there is a decent amount in my queue. So here we go. We already matched. We're in El Halouf. It's a standard battle. It says fighter mission, intercept, destroy enemy aircraft in close combat. I didn't get to read that second part. And you could also look at... Oh, okay, so the hints come up first. but you can't look at the team list. So you can see my team right now. This is an 8 versus 8 match. You can see everybody that's in it, and right now there's a P-36 on the enemy team. That's a Tier 4 plane. On our side, for the most part, we've got more Tier 3s. Actually, you know, we got one more Tier 3 than they have, but we don't have that Tier 4. But let's go ahead and start battle. And we are in the game. You can zoom out. Now, here's one thing that I kind of wish the game had, is a cockpit view. As far as I can tell, there's not a cockpit view in this game. But you can seamlessly change between the external cam at different view ranges, or a kind of like a first-person perspective. This is like a HUD-less mode. Or not, no, that's not HUD-less. I can't call it that. But you don't have the cockpit, so it's cockpit-less. Alright, so I do want to stay with my friendly planes here. You can see on the mini-map in the lower right that, you know, my planes are kind of clustered around a little bit further away from me. So I'm going to go catch up to them. We're going to fly together because, again, you only have one life. Visually, the game does look really good with all settings turned up, and I'm getting good for performance here. But then again, I do have a GTX 780. Oh, God. Oh, I got a plane on my butt. There is ramming in this game. People get really, really pissed off if you ram. Alright, there he is. And you can speed up your engines. Holy shit, this dude is on my ass. Okay. Come on, I need some help with this guy. There we go. Alright, I hit him a few times. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get me off his butt or not. Now, one thing I will say is I don't really have control over over turning left, or, you know, or not turning, but rolling my aircraft, unfortunately. But, you know, in War Thunder, I was able to hit A and D and get some extra maneuverability out of it. But in this game, the actual flight system handles all of your turning and whatnot. So if you turn hard, oh shit. Yeah, I got a guy hard on my butt there.
Excessive dive angle.
Oh no, and I overheated my engine. Where are my allies? My allies are really far away.
The engine has overheated. Cannot activate boost.
Damn it. I'm probably going to get shot down.
A wing is damaged. Maneuverability reduced.
Yep. Oh, yep. I'm so screwed right now.
Unable to boost.
That's what I get for chasing somebody, and I'm shot down. That was my only plane. That was the ultimate fail. Got way too far away from my allies. Let's see where they're at. Alright, we got one here. Another up. How many are left? Oh man, we got destroyed. Yeah, we got absolutely crushed. I'm wondering what happened to my allies. Looks like this is the last one. He's about to get shot down. And as I, you know, had said before, the controls are really, really simple in comparison to War Thunder. I think for, you know, for people that really don't want to mess around with, you know, standard flight mechanics and whatnot, having to roll your plane and pull on the stick and, you know, manage your rudder and whatnot, this game does away with all of that. Makes things super, super simple, much like World of Tanks did, you know, I guess you could say, with tanks. And this guy, man, he's a survivor. Not sure why it's taking him so long. Are the enemies, like, going for ground targets or what? Really not sure what's up. Now, another thing worth pointing out, and this is absolutely hilarious, this biplane and this fixed-wing aircraft. Oh, okay, I guess he gave up. Whoa, he almost got smacked too. But there are repair fees, much like War Thunder, and you also have rearm fees too if you've got special ammunition and whatnot. Unfortunately, yeah, we got totally crushed. We lost all our planes to their 3. But for a loss, I got about 2,900 of the credits, and I got 40 of the experience. And I'll try to see if I can show off a win, but before I do that, I do want to show off a couple other tabs here. There's a service tab, and in service, this is where you can actually go and manipulate what sort of ammunition you have. For example, this plane's got armor-piercing, incendiary, and armor-piercing incendiary. The armor-piercing incendiary is pretty damn expensive. You're going to be wasting 400 credits per run, but you do get extra damage and there's a chance of fire. And fire kind of causes a damage over time effect. Since this gun has, since this plane has 2 separate guns, you could arm up whatever you want, essentially. You know, for example, here I've got incendiary and armor piercing, but you could have both guns having armor piercing, both having armor piercing incendiary, or you know, you can mix and match however you want. It really depends on how much you want to spend. Also, there are consumables, and you know, these, for example, if your crew members are injured, they can use a first aid dressing package. There's a fire extinguisher if your plane gets lit on fire. 120%, or not 120%, but 120 octane gasoline, which increases your engine power, automatic extinguisher, blood stopper, and a pneumatic restarter, which helps you out with your engine. But besides that, there's also modules where you can go and upgrade the plane even further. You could slap on some heavier tier guns. We could do this one for about 360, let's see. And then the purchase price would be 7,800. So why don't we try this out? Let's go ahead and get ourselves this gun. We're going to do the research first. You should see that I just lost some of my experience points for that. And now I actually have to purchase and mount this gun. That's going to give me a more powerful weapon. I could also, let's see, I could upgrade the airframe, which will give me more hit points. I'll go from 55 to 70. Let's see how much that costs. That costs 160. Alternatively, I could upgrade the engine. Okay, so I would have to go through the tree. Alright, first things first. Do I have to mount this or anything? No, I don't think so. There's also equipment tab. Let's see. Improved optical sight, plus 10 to firing accuracy. That's pretty expensive. I don't have that much. And reinforced fabric covering. So this must change plane to plane. But let's go ahead and try upgrading the engine too. We're going to go ahead and research. And then we are going to buy and mount. And actually, we could actually upgrade one more time. I guess I probably shouldn't have purchased that other one, but let's go ahead and do this one too. And then let's go ahead and buy and mount this one. Alright, so we've got this plane mostly fully upgraded. Now let's check really quick though one more time in the let's see. In the hangar service, we've still got that armor piercing and the incendiary. Let's make sure. Okay, I'm not sure which gun is which. But I think we're good to roll out. Don't need any consumables, so let's go ahead and queue up one more time. In a standard battle. And we'll see how we do with the upgrades. Alright, you've joined the queue. Looks like we got 33 people in queue. Must kind of suck a little bit at the higher tiers right now when you've got a low number of people in, given that it'll probably take a while to match, but the same thing happens in War Thunder as well. It also gives you a breakdown of the different types of planes. There's a number of different fighters, heavy fighters, attack aircraft, and carrier-based fighters. And it looks like, for the most part, there's mostly fighters in queue right now. Heavy fighters are kind of like a combination of fighter planes and attack aircraft that can go after ground targets. Attack aircraft, as far as I understand, are mainly the bombers and whatnot. And I'll tell you what, the bombers are really, really hard to shoot down. Alright, so we've been in queue for about 50 seconds, still waiting. Probably be into a mission here soon. Before I get into that, there is a contacts list. You can actually add friends, you can create groups. And it seems like you can queue together, although I don't know anybody else that's playing this yet. Again, it is in beta. And there are channels. It looks like this is currently undergoing some sort of maintenance. But I was able to access it prior. And I was able to chat with people. Alright, so now we're in 11 versus 11. Looks like we're going against Tier 4 planes. Multiple. We got Tier 3s and Tier 2s. So I'm at the low end right now. Alright. We're going to go ahead and start. Again, at the start of the game, you just kind of hover here. But it gives me time to look around. You can see, again, the visuals, I mean, the game does look good. Looks like there's, you know, really, really far draw distance, kind of like War Thunder. Lots of details and the, you know, stuff on the ground. Overall looks good, but again, I do miss the cockpit view. I hope that they add it. And I also wish that there was a way to, you know, get more of a warning when your engines and whatnot are going to overheat. Alright, so here we go. Got that 12.7 millimeter gun.
Good hunting.
You see that they both can overheat as well if you use them too much. You don't have to manage ammo whatsoever. Alright, so we got a bomber diving in. I'm going to try to hang back, or at least try to hang with my allies here. Actually, it looks like a lot of them are going over to the... or they're staying towards, like, the bottom of the map for some reason. You can hold right-click to pan around your plane. I gotta let my engine cool down a little bit. I wonder if the ally is going to need support. Okay, we already have dogfights going on over here. I might get flanked, actually. Shit, I have an ally over here that's getting shot at. Oh, man.
The engine has overheated.
And I just overheated my engine. Great.
Our headquarters is destroyed. Friendly anti-aircraft fire has lost accuracy.
Alright. So they're shooting down our anti-air. And you really just got to line up the circles, which isn't as easy as it seems, and I'm getting roasted. Holy shit!
The aircraft is destroyed.
That guy just came right up on me. Yeah, and I got smoked. Unfortunately, like, normally I don't do this badly, but maybe it's the time of night that I'm playing. I'm playing with more experienced players here. But let's, I guess, watch our allies and see how they do. Yeah, that's a shame. I didn't even get a single kill. Looks like this plane has way more guns than I had on that thing. He's shooting out a lot of rounds. I'm not sure what that weird sound is. Looks like he has 2 bombs as well. Let's see what else we got. See, they're trying to spend all this time on these bombers. The bombers are really, really tough to shoot down. And I have... yeah, we're getting smoked again. So, second time in a row I'm on a team that's just getting crushed. Hopefully you can finish off this bomber here. Maybe not. Don't ram! Oh, that was close. This guy has a tail gunner, it looks like. Question is it firing? I can't tell if it's firing because he's getting shot up so much. He's about to fall. You can see he had 350 hit points. Come on, don't let me down. He's still bomber hunting. You know, in a lot of ways I feel like it's easier to be more accurate in War Thunder, given the fact that you've got more control over your plane, but I would think that with enough play in this game, you would get adjusted to, you know, kind of how the controls are different. This guy is going for a high climb here. I'm guessing he's got a good climb rate. And he got that bomber, I think, off his ass. Oh, maybe not. Is that a bomber? Yeah, that's a bomber trying to go against this plane. So actually we're kind of catching up here, believe it or not. I'm hoping for a win. Maybe these guys can pull it off. It's a little bit more on that plane. He got him. Wow, we actually might win this one as a team. Not that I can take any credit for it. Oh no. He's got 20 hit points left. 19, 18. It is kind of fun watching the dogfights play out in this, even after you die. And I'm not seeing quite as much lag as I used to see in War Thunder. I'm really curious though what's going to happen here. That tail gunner is returning fire. Looks like it just has to be at a certain angle to return fire. I can't tell if he's really doing all that much to the fighter plane now. Oh, the bomber's gone. Alright, so let's go back to the fighters. This fighter has a ton of hit points. He's got 369 hit points. Alright, actually I think this guy's the last one. Yep, he's the last plane in the air. Oh no. He's getting shot up so bad. I'm not sure what that weird whooshing sound is, by the way. Does he have a tail gunner too? This guy has a tail gunner as well. Oh, wow. They just had a ram. Okay. Well, that's the end. We lost again. Got a little bit more of the credits and some of that XP, I believe that's what that's called. But not quite as much as I normally see when I win. And like I said, I usually get about 7,000 with a win. But even though this was a double loss, you guys were able to kind of see what the game's all about. And it is available now. You can go ahead and download it. It's free to play. I will leave a link to the actual page to sign up in the description. So look for that. It'll probably be the top link, actually. And let me know what you guys think. If you're fans of War Thunder, if you're leaning more towards this. I'm also curious to hear what you guys think about just the the differences in terms of realism and whatnot. Do you guys prefer these days flight sims that are simplistic and don't require a lot of manual control of the aircraft, or would you rather play something that's more sim-like? So again, let me know in the comments, guys, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.